Good morning, everyone. It's Kerry or Mrs. Hegarty coming at you with my 5 months post VSG surgery update. So I will start with my details. So I had VSG surgery on the 15th of September 2014 with Dr. Evan Willingham in Toowoomba, Queensland. My starting weight was 112.8 kilos or 248.7 pounds, and my current weight as of this morning was 79 kilos exactly, or 174.2 pounds. So that's a loss of about 34 kilos or so, or I think it's like 73.5 pounds. So pretty happy with my progress so far. My weight loss has drastically slowed to pretty much a stall. I've lost about a bit over 2 kilos this month, but I've been losing and gaining the same 500 grams for the past 3 weeks or so. And that's okay. This is actually my first stall in 5 months. I didn't have one directly after surgery through the food progression stages at 6 weeks, which is fairly standard. I've not had any of those. So to get to, 23 weeks and not have had a weight stall at all, I'm pretty lucky. I think, well, not so much lucky. I think the reason why I am having one now is I have significantly stepped up my exercise, and nutrition has actually, funnily enough, become less of a focus. I'm not tracking as much. I'm not focusing on protein as much, and that's just, I guess, out of complacency and I guess a bit of stress and laziness. So hopefully I can get myself back on board and start focusing on those sorts of things. But, I'm not too worried. My calorie intake sort of floats anywhere between 650 calories some days to about 1200 calories other days. I'm usually getting at minimum 40 grams of protein and sometimes up to about, 100 grams of protein in a day. So, and that's fairly, like, I'm fluctuating within that range daily. So I'm never below 650 calories. I'm never below 40 grams of protein. And the days that I do exercise, I'm making sure that I am getting at least the 60 to 80 grams of protein. So, I am doing my best while not focusing on it at the same time. So, that's pretty much all for me regarding my actual weight loss stats. One thing I did want to talk about in this video today, yesterday I caught up with a lot of YouTube videos and watched the most recent episode of The Naked Truth, and just towards the end the ladies were talking about how weight loss surgery has affected your relationships. And that's been really quite at the forefront of my journey, sort of the last 6 to 8 weeks. For the most part, my husband and I haven't been in a very good place. A lot of that has been more on my side than on his. He didn't necessarily do anything wrong. Him and some of his mates went on a Bucks celebration weekend in Melbourne. And just, I think because of my own insecurities at the moment, like I've never really suffered with low self-esteem in the way that I'm suffering with it now. I feel really unsure about myself. I feel really conscious about my body being unattractive. Not that I ever did this surgery with vanity in mind. I've always been on this journey solely for my health. But I do, at 34 kilos lost, feel less attractive than I did before surgery. And that's, I guess, something that was really highlighted when my husband went away and spent a weekend looking at strippers, females in not necessarily the peak of physical condition, but certainly marketed to be, I don't know, sexy, which is something I really don't feel at the moment. So we haven't been in a great place. In the last couple of weeks, we've probably turned a bit of a corner, through communication and actually spending some time together, which is another thing that has sort of fallen by the wayside. I guess sort of as a direct result of my weight loss, because I'm working full time now, which is something I would have never done 34 kilos ago. I would have never taken a full-time position where I'm standing all day ever. So, I'm not exactly enjoying the job as much as I would have liked, or probably as much as I would have if I was working part-time. I think because I'm so immersed, or I don't know, I'm not used to spending so many hours in one place and away from my dogs, and not being able to support my husband, and so this place has stopped being somewhere where I come to, interact with people and play around with fashion, which I enjoy. It's now sort of an enclosure that I have to come to, which is really has nothing to do with the actual job itself, and more to do with how I'm feeling outside of work. I feel like there's so much that I want to do, and now that I'm working full time and have the funds to do it, I now don't have the time to do it, and so all of my spare time is filled with activities. Trying to jam pack as much stuff that I want to do in the little time that I feel like I have left in the day, every day, to do that. And as a result of that, my time spent with my husband has been suffering. So it really is, as we always say, it's always about balance, and I'm really, really struggling at the moment to find that balance. I guess part of that has come from the fact that my role here hasn't been made official at all. So for the past 3 months, I've only been the acting store manager here, and it wasn't until last week that I actually even had an interview for the role. So ideally, I will find out through the course of today whether or not this is actually my position and this is what I'm going to do. And I think because there's been so many details up in the air, I found it very hard to really commit with the type of passion that I want to this role, and it's made things very difficult for me to get sorted in my head, really, which is, just one other thing among the other crazy head games that come along with WLS. So yeah, I guess that's where I'm at. I will find out either way whether I'm the manager here or not. I do have contingency plans, things that I do really want to do in the event that I'm not successful. I'm just really grateful that I had this opportunity to even try a role like this, which, at my age, if you don't have the experience, the opportunities to obtain that experience are very rare. So I am so grateful that I got this opportunity. I'll leave it there. Just a bit of things, a few things to think about, and just a bit of a snapshot of where I'm at this point in my journey, 5 months in. I hope everybody has a fabulous week and stay classy. Bye.